Our farmers, MemphisFarmers.com.
Check it out right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now,
The only man to give death a near Johnny experience, Johnny Harden.
Yo, 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 welcome into Little Sports 56 Happy Hour. You know who I am, your good friend Johnny Radio. Follow me on Twitter at Johnny_radio. Check us out on Twitter, Sports56 WHBQ. Don't forget Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, and Instagram, because not only do you get to hear us on these two unbelievable FM channels, 87.7 FM, 96.1 FM, the original Gangster AM 560, but yes, we are live in the Family Leisure Studios where family and fun come together. Family Leisure, 2120 Witten Road, just north of I-40. But yes, you can watch us. You can see me and my man Gabe. By the way, Gabe Kuhn, the one, the only, who's going to put me in the lead-off. He's got some great questions as always. He's always with me pretty much if I'm lucky at G_KUHN71 on Twitter. Give him a follow.
What's happening?
Dude, man, I'm in an okay mood today. I went crazy on somebody this morning. Feel better about myself for that, actually, and even became friends with the guy afterwards. But you know how it is, dude. If you've spent 49 days dealing with basically a claim, if you know what I'm saying, you're going to be kind of agitated, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and I know what you're dealing with those properties you have. I feel your anger.
Got to say, the dude came over, let me vent and act like a complete lunatic, and then waited too very kindly. And then after I lost my mind for a while, got some coffee and things like that in. So Mark Sincuric, I just want to thank you, sir, because I'm pretty sure you probably want to punch me. But do you know what he did say when he left? Because we were buddies after I started off the thing. He said, man, to be honest with you, they usually send me when things get so bad. So I know when I'm walking in, usually if there's a male in the house, I'm getting cussed out. I said, really? I go, you got
That's a tough job, man.
I said, you got a tough job. He said, I got two more cuss outs, one at 11 and one at 2:30. Started laughing at the guy and saying, yeah, dude, you have a very, very difficult job. But I love my job, and me and Gabe get to talk, and I'm going to jump in the leadoff box. We got so much to get to. Terry Davis. You know Terry. Memphis born, Memphis bred, Memphis man till he's dead. At Terry D515. Nobody does it better than him. By the way, that's his birthday. Is it 515 or 513?
515.
Okay, good. I got it right off the top of my head. Okay, why did I think 513? Whose birthday's 513?
You're thinking of 523, and that would be Mr. Alex Kuhn.
That's what I was about to say. That's your brother. Fridays. I knew. Okay, see, brain does work, kind of. Not necessarily good, but it works somewhat.
Crosses paths.
Yes. Let's just say, if I was a computer, I would definitely be DOS. Most young people don't even know what DOS is. By the way, it's a digital operating system that was like before your time. Don't worry about it. But I got loads of stuff to talk about. It's D-Day is what I call Dak Prescott Day. D-Day for the Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott. Now, I'm going to bring this up. We're going to talk about more of this in the leadoff. But I'm going to explain to y'all why, in my personal opinion, I'm going to use Kirk Cousins as an example. And then we're just going to go from there. Also want to remind y'all, happy birthday to one of my favorite people. No, it's not me. Surprisingly, it's, oh, God, look at that. I saw that smart look on your face.
I turned away as quick as I could.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, my
Whose
goodness.
birthday is it?
Damian Lillard's, man.
Dame time,
baby.
There you
Dame
go.
time. So, happy 30th, by the way. Can you believe he's 30 years old? I couldn't believe it. But we have basketball news about the bubble. I want to ask you a question. In your age group, I don't even know if y'all have ever fought, so y'all never probably gave anybody stitches. But did y'all ever at least have the saying, snitches get stitches?
Yeah, we did.
Now,
Are you accusing us of being soft? Is that what you're accusing us of?
Hey, I just listened to Sports 56 middays and 3 hours of Greg Gaston, so the only thing I can
Wussification
of America, baby. But no, I don't want 111 out in the middle of the hall, by the way, Gabe. That was one of the funniest things I think anybody's ever said on live radio. I hope you even remember what I'm talking about. When you asked me how many fights I'd been in, and you were like, you want to make it 111 in the hall, buddy? And I'm like, no. Anyway, like I said, we got so much to get to. We have MLB news. We have the NBA. Snitches get stitches has to do with the bubble. People are snitching. They say that the hotline is ringing off the hook.
Tom, I'm just going to pose this question. We don't have to get into it, but should these snitches get stitches?
No, that's actually going to be kind of the thing, because this is one of those things where this isn't like you're like, yo, my homeboy's got a bag of weed on him. This is like, yo, we dealing in on like, people could die, and it ain't just necessarily you. Your coaches who's older than you, people who work in there, people who have all kinds of things. So we're going to talk a lot about this. And again, we're going to talk about Texans wide receiver. Have you heard about Kenny Stills?
I have.
So we're going to bring him into this bad boy. I want to talk about a show tonight, Tough as Nails. Have you seen the preview?
No, I have not.
It's kind of interesting. The reason I'm bringing it up is because life has gotten so bad with sports. It's soccer. And no offense, I don't give a damn if we don't have football for years, baseball for years. I can't watch this and get into it. How do I know who is who? It is basically like you're shooting it from a blimp. I just see a bunch of little dudes. Wait, what do you mean? What's the premise?
Tough as nails.
Tough as nails. Oh, it's just it's like people who are just everyday workers, and they're going to do everyday work type things, and they're going to find out if they're tough as nails or whatever. I don't know. I haven't seen it. So I'm asking y'all at 67129 to hit me up and tell me if this is bad. Me and Gabe have to go over Madden rankings. We have so much to get to. And by the way, Nick Cannon, do you remember me making fun of him the other day?
Yeah.
Did you know he was an anti-Semite? Did you? Because I don't think anybody did until today or yesterday.
I didn't think Deshaun Jackson was. I didn't think Steven Jackson was either.
Wowzers. Guacamole. Like, did you know he got fired? Yeah, Wild Now it's over. CBS cut ties with him. He lost everything. His contract, OV. And guess what? They don't even have to pay him a separation clause. Oh, I'll talk about that in Hardenwood. Hardenwood today is going to be off the hook. I got Sergio Mitre. Do you remember him? Played 7 years in Major League Baseball. What he did, honestly, man, I don't even want to say it. Just get rid of him. Walmart, by the way, all you people who are, man, I ain't going to wear a mask. It's damn tyranny. Well, guess what? If you have a Sam's card or you go to Walmart, and if you don't wear a mask, you won't get in. And guess what? If you actually cause a problem, Walmart and Sam's Club, did you hear what they issued today? They will take your card, the Sam's Club's people, and Walmart will put you on a list. They have video things. Well, you will not come back if you come in there and start acting like and give those managers a bunch of attitude. So all you people who are going crazy, wear your mask or you won't get in. Plus, we have to decide on what's going to happen with college football. If you haven't been paying attention, Pac-12, Big Ten, and now we're waiting on the SEC, the Big 12, and we're also waiting on, ACC, who's, well, we know what they're doing. Don't even worry about it. But I will say one thing. Lincoln Riley did give us some very good information, at least for me, believing that we're going to get a season. I'll talk about all this stuff and more because we got so much to get to. But right now, we're going to get to the damn leadoff, baby.
Beautiful hump day, happy hump day.
Happy hump day.
Now let's start here. Yasiel Puig is back in the league. He got signed by the Braves yesterday, and it comes after Nick Markakis opted out of the MLB season, so they were without an outfielder, right? They needed a starting outfielder. I want to ask, how much better does this make the Braves?
Okay. See, this is where I don't know if I can answer it that in the proper form, okay? Because I'm going to explain something to you. Nick Markakis, a lot of people out there, they make fun of Nick Markakis because he doesn't hit home runs. He hit, 9 last year, 14 the year before that, 8, 13. I don't think he's ever had a year where he's hit 30 home runs in his entire career. I think he's hit 20 twice. I don't know for sure, but I would like to pull it up. In fact, I'm trying to. But I can tell you this. I know this for a fact. He's almost a 290 career hitter, okay? He gets on dead gum base. And the other thing is, he is a very competent right fielder. And if you're a pitcher and you know what he's going to do, he lines up well. He reads the shift. He reads the ball off the bat so well. He gets better jumps than he has speed. Is he 36? Damn right he is. Is Yasiel Puig a lot younger? Yes, he is. But he also, he's a career 277 hitter. He does hit home runs, but he's not a veteran ball club type player. Like Freddie Freeman is a vet. He makes everybody around him. When you got a young guy like Ronald Acuna, do you want him listening to a Nick Markakis in the clubhouse? He's like, look at the pitcher, look at the catcher, picking out small little things. Puig is lighting firecrackers in people's shoes. Do you know what I'm trying to say? The difference between a professional athlete is Yasiel Puig he's almost like, he's built like Bo Jackson was back then. He can run, he can throw, he can break a bat over his knee, he can hit 500-foot home runs. He can also throw the ball all the way from the right field fence to home plate like nothing. He's got a cannon. But he's also got a cannon, and he's a loose cannon. So does he make the Braves better? The fact that it's a shortened season, I think yes, because maybe he can stay focused for a smaller season. In the long run, I don't know if Yasiel Puig would be a good fit for a young ball club.
That's exactly why I wanted to ask you this. By the way, Nick Markakis has 2 years with 20 home runs in his career.
I was right?
Yes. But the reason I wanted to ask you this is because Nick Markakis means a lot to that team. He's a vet. He brings a lot of leadership qualities, and especially in these times, you probably need that on the field with you. So I had to go ahead and ask you this. Yasiel Puig, on the surface, yes, it's a big name. Yes, he hits bombs. Yes, he's
fast.
Incredible athlete. All of that. Big name.
He's a lunatic.
But you gotta wonder in a short season if he can get it together and sort of figure it out and be good for the Braves. Now, you know what? It's deadline day, man. It is deadline day. Dak Prescott's deadline day. They're not going to get a deal done. We know that.
No.
He's signed the franchise tag. But here's my question for you.
Okay.
Does he end up a Cowboy in the long run?
Mm.
And if he does, what might that contract look like from a per-year basis?
That's a very interesting one. Can I answer this in a little bit different than the way you asked it? Just a little bit?
Go ahead, rock.
What I want to say is, a lot of people are out there, is he going to be a Cowboy? I don't know. I am not Jerry Jones. I'm not the general manager. Is Jason Garrett that bad of a damn coach? I believe so. But Dak Prescott's had one of the best offensive lines. He's got Amari Cooper. He's got Zeke Elliott. Yes, last year, did you know he had his best statistical year all year? They were 8-8. They were 8-8. I looked at their wins. They beat the Redskins twice. They beat the Giants twice. They went 1-1 against the damn Phillies. Then they beat the Rams, and then they got embarrassing. Their record, I'm looking at it and I'm going, wow, Dak, you did all your damage in certain games. I got it right here.
And then I will say the clutch game that he could have had last year against the Eagles, they lost.
They lost. Come on, dude. I'm sorry. You go by that year and you look at what they've done and you look at their deadgum record. Their game logs, and you look at just what he's done. He has 400-yard games, okay? 444-yard game. They beat the Lions. 30. They beat them by 8, by the way. He had a 400-yard game. He threw 5 touchdown passes, man. Great. They beat the Lions, and then guess what they did the very next week? They lost to the Patriots, 13-9. Yep. Again, the Patriots, 13-9. They lost to the Bills 26-15. The Bills. They lost to the Bears 24-13. This is going down the stretch. They lose 3 in a row. This is a team that was like expected to win. And then all of a sudden they beat the Rams and everybody's like, oh my gosh, Dak is going to do it. And then they go and lose to the Eagles 17-9. How many touchdown passes did Dak Prescott have in that game? 0. Exactly. How many interceptions did he have?
It's a great question.
Two.
I don't know that answer.
That's what I'm saying. Again, he's going out there to play in big money games. Week 16, you beat the Phillies, you're in the postseason, and this guy wants $40 million? Again, this is why I want to say D-Day. Dak's got the hella, basically, I mean, now you add CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper. People are talking about, all these people getting paid. He's getting $31.4 million guaranteed this year. $31.4 million guaranteed. Remember what I said is going to happen because of the new Patrick Mahomes contract? Did you see what now Dak Prescott will get paid next year? It's for a second franchise tag. He makes $38.2 million. So over 2 seasons, let's just say he gets double franchise tag, okay? That means he will be the starting quarterback for basically $400,000 short of $70 million. $69 million in change for 2 years of service. And then guess what? He's an unrestricted free agent. Kirk Cousins, do you want to know why he's made more money over the last 4 seasons than any other quarterback? And then I can go back 5, and then I can tell you what he's going to make over the next few seasons, and I'm going to tell you why Dak Prescott. Don't feel sorry for Dak. Kirk Cousins. All right. Do you know why what he's made literally in the last 4 years?
A lot.
$107,943,600. Last 5 seasons, because that's when his second franchise went in. $127.9 million. No, that was his first franchise tag. Sorry. Now listen to this. If you add that his Redskins, his little first contract he ever got of $2 million, at this point, going into next year, he's made $129,900,000. He's getting paid $25 million guaranteed dollars this year, $35 next year. So that means he'll make $154,900,000 after this year's contract. And then after the next contract, he will have made $189 million and $900,000 and a little change. That is just a fact. He was franchised twice. His franchise, when it was his biggest franchise tag was $20.5 million a few years ago. I was kind of shocked at that. The dude's played it right, and he's made a ton of damn money. You don't think Dak Prescott's not going to make a ton of damn money? And this is the last thing I got to ask you. Gabe Kuhn, you know this. You got Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb. You now got a new coach in Mike McCarthy. You got a great offensive line. You got the Zeke of the Beast. You've got everything you need. You got a good defense. You play in Dallas. You were 8-8 last year. You destroyed the Redskins, who stink. You destroyed the deadgum Giants, who stink. You can't beat anybody else. You're bringing in a new coach. Can you go ahead and realistically commit $150 million to a quarterback when you look at it and go like, damn, you put up all your numbers against really, really bad teams. And I looked this up. Teams that are above 500 or made the playoffs, he's 2-7 in his career. Teams under 500, boy, he whips the tail out of them. He's only lost
Again,
once.
You got to be careful because last year they had no business not making the playoffs with the team that he had around him. And not to mention the clutch game he could have won against the Eagles, they were depleted. The Eagles had no wide receivers. Carson Wentz was throwing to Nelson Aguilar at that point. So you have to understand why the Cowboys don't want to make this decision right this second.
And then can I ask you one last question? Realistically, getting paid $31.4 million, like people act like this is some horrible thing. That is a damn good salary, yo.
But regardless of the situation, I think personally, from a per year basis, Dak's looking at least $35 million a year where he gets signed.
Yeah, well, he wants 40, he says. So
Yeah,
see.
we'll see. All right, man. All right, you ain't no Patrick Mahomes. I'll tell you that much.
Thank you.
Now, the Browns and Myles Garrett are finalizing a 5-year deal. Get this, worth $125 million. It's worth up to a total of $144 million. Now, he will be the highest paid defensive player ever. Literally ever. That's higher than Khalil Mack. That's higher than Aaron Donald. Khalil Mack makes $23.5 million a year. You do the math. Myles Garrett, if they finalize this deal, will be making $25 million a year. I just want to ask you, straight up, is it worth it for the Browns to pay him this money?
Oh, my gosh. This was the hardest question that you asked, by far. Everybody remembers Myles Garrett and the whole BS Mason Rudolph stuff. If you think about the football player Myles Garrett, if you think about the person that Myles Garrett is, if you look at his numbers, he's still 6'4", 275 pounds, can get it on the edge, and has got one of the best damn swim moves I've ever seen that like played the position, along with Khalil Mack. Look, Aaron Donald is an interior lineman. I don't like the comparison. Are we talking about some of the best defensive front guys in the league? I like it more of Von Miller, Khalil Mack. This guy is a guy that's going to get his butt to the quarterback. Yes, he can play the run, and he's very smart, and he can step out and even trick him and do a little bit of coverage because he has that type of speed and athleticism. Is this a good contract for the Browns? Believe it or not, yeah, absolutely. I know that sounds crazy because it's such a big contract, but dude, I don't think Baker Mayfield is the leader of this team. He's a pompous, arrogant a-hole. Let's be honest. Myles Garrett might have thrown a helmet at Mason Rudolph, but whenever you hear him talk in front of the team, when you hear him on television, and when you hear his coaches and players talk about him, they say he works like a dog. He works out like a dog. He's the first person in, and he's not a quarterback. First in, last to leave. That's the kind of thing you hear about quarterbacks, not defensive ends.
We place premiums on quarterbacks. We place premiums on left tackles. And what else do we place premiums on?
Getting your butt to the quarterback.
Edge rushers.
Yep.
And I look at it and I just say, yes, it's a lot of money. Is Myles Garrett the best defensive player in the league? Debatable. I would say no. I'd say Khalil Mack's a little better, but he's the next one in line. This is where the money's at right now with salary cap. So I guess if the Browns want to retain him, you have to pay him this money. And should they retain him? I think absolutely. Myles Garrett is a fantastic player. You drafted him to get what you got out of him, and he's overstepped what he should have been doing in the league. So you have to go ahead and pay him when he gives you the output he has.
All right, and I just want to bring this one thing up. The man has 6 fumble recoveries. He has 35 dead-gum games started. 35 games played, 30.5 sacks, 6 fumble recoveries, 104 total tackles, 74 solo, tackles for losses, 32.5. Quarterback hits, which is also a big thing. In 35 games, 65 QB hits. These are things that I want from my defensive end. And by the way, let me just tell you something. Look at the division that they play. You got Big Ben. Like, this ain't no kid division, if you know what I'm saying. You got to bring down some big, bad men. And now they got this new dude named Joe Burrows. You think they just want him to be comfortable in the pocket? You got A.J. Green now supposedly healthy. You bring in some, you brought T. Higgins in the draft. No, man, you want to make him uncomfortable. I think this division, with the way that Pittsburgh's defense dominated last year, Myles is back on. And again, he's never played in 10 games. Never played in 10 games and not had at least 10 sacks. Think about that. That's pretty dope right there, right?
Of course.
So if you're getting paid to this guy getting to the quarterback, don't you think you paid the right man? Very Von Miller-esque in my opinion.
Here's the thing, man. If you see a lot of times, a lot of people complain about paying guys a lot of money. But if they outperform their rookie contract, you have to give them that extension. I bet the Raiders are kicking themselves for not extending and getting rid of Khalil Mack at this moment. So You just have to go ahead and pay attention to the past. If these guys outperform their contract, you go ahead and sign them.
You think that the Giants would have liked to gotten rid of Lawrence Taylor? There's just certain defensive players that you just look at yourself and you say, I ain't getting rid of that man. Sorry.
I don't want him playing against me.
I don't want him on the other damn team. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry, Myles Garrett's one of those guys. Great pick by actually the Browns, I think. I mean, great decision actually by the Browns. They've made some crazy ones. By the way, I've already I mentioned yesterday I made fun of him. OBJ. Dude. Now, because he got made fun of yesterday, and I don't think I was the first one to make fun of him by any means. Now have you heard his whole sob story? Like, now his video is about him. He's almost in tears. I was like, man, I just didn't know if I was ever going to be as good. You just don't know how that would feel to be me and not be as good. OBJ, stop it. I'll make fun of you in Hardwood. Coming up next, we got to get serious about football. Plus, don't forget, Musa Cisse. We're going to find out what's going down at 3 o'clock. Oh, my goodness, right with Sports Time with Wolo and Stats Startup. That's going to be awesome from 247 Sports. Thank you very much. But at 2 o'clock, Terry Davis is going to come on, and we're going to talk about what Musa would mean to the Memphis Tigers, and does he think he's actually going to join this beautiful blue in this wonderful city here in the Mid-South. Oh, I love me some Tigers. We'll be right back. This is Sports 56. Never forget Chad Gatlin and MemphisFarmers.com, 96.1, 87.7 FM.
Search Sports 56 on Facebook and give us a like. And follow us on Twitter at Sports 56 WHBQ.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition. And yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
If you're going on vacation, making a college campus visit, or if business takes you out of town, there's just no better place to board your dog than Barks and Recreation, 965 Ruddock Cove between Bud Davis Cadillac and the Blue Plate Cafe in East Memphis. Boarding, daycare, grooming, we have the best of everything at Barks. Indoor-outdoor kennels so your family member can go in and out as they please. Indoor and outdoor play areas. 4 walks a day. Group play and individual attention from the best staff in the Mid-South, which includes an overnight staff to ensure the safety and comfort of your pet 24 hours a day. All reasons to choose Barks and Recreation above all other boarding and daycare facilities. BarksDaycare.com or 509-0909. Check us out and make your reservations now at BarksDaycare.com. If your dog could speak, he'd say Barks.
Good news. Southland Casino is now back open. That's right. The most spacious casino floor in the Mid-South is ready to welcome you back to the action with live blackjack, roulette, craps, and all your favorite slots. The action kicks off every day at 9 a.m. and rolls all the way till 5 o'clock the next morning. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and make the short drive to Southland. We're ready for you. Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
Listen Sundays at 11 a.m. to join Idlewild Presbyterian Church for worship. Idlewild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM, 96.1 FM, and 87.7 FM. As well as online around the world at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere on your phone or tablet by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, tell Google or Alexa to play Sports 56. Wherever you are, stay tuned to real sports talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio.
Kick it over here.
This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Thick and thin, I'm your pusher man. I'm your pusher man.
Yo, welcome into Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your very good friend, Johnny Radio. You know my good friend, Gabe Kuhn. Follow us. I'm at Johnny_Radio. Follow him at G_Kuhn71. And let's just talk about what's going down in the world. We have had, well, let's just basically say, how do we have this? We had Bryson DeChambeau today have a practice round with Tiger Woods. And I know I wouldn't come back and you're thinking to yourself, oh, damn, Harden's done lost his mind. No. Bryson DeChambeau doing a practice round at the Memorial with Tiger Woods. I bring this up because Tiger Woods, do you know he's a 5-time champion of Memorial?
I did know that.
Yep, 5-time champ. I think last time he won was with 2012. Bryson DeChambeau is the guy that hits the ball really, really far. Now, he played with Tiger and my little, who's a little bitty short guy that walks around? We see him on the Golf Channel. He's like the cutest little dude that's ever been on television. Do you know what I'm talking about? The golf guy?
Cute. You just described the guy as cute?
Yeah, he looks just like a Oompa Loompa. He's the dude on the golf. You don't know if you don't know who I'm talking about. It's if y'all don't know who the golf guy who looks like a Oompa Loompa, I'm gonna cry. He's the greatest. He's the funniest person I've ever seen. He wears shorts and they're always crazy shorts on ESPN, and the only reason he's ever on ESPN is because of golf. And he looks just like a Oompa Loompa. Maybe I'm not trying, and that's not like a criticism. Like, Oompa Loompas are cute. What was that show?
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Thank you. No, Willy Wonka's deadgummit. I'm the Willy Wonka, man. I like
Okay,
Gene
either
Wilder,
one. I like both.
Charlie and the Chocolate
Look,
Factory.
man, that Willy Wonka's, but well, whatever, man.
I want this dude's name.
Whatever.
67129.
What was the book called?
Which book?
That's based off a book.
No, I didn't. Thanks for teaching me something, buddy. Anyway, point is, he can figure out. All y'all hit me up, 67129. Tell me who my favorite golf guy is on ESPN, but he followed them on their round, okay?
Hey, man, listen, real quick. Just because I have to educate you, okay? I'm the young guy, but I got to educate you on this. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was the name of the novel by Roald Dahl.
Well, can I?
So I was more right than you, to be honest, because the story comes from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Well, can I just tell you why I was more right than you? And I always
No.
like to be more, yes.
Just continue with what you were going to say. Come on.
Just say what he said is Willy Wonka was a hell of a lot better, and Gene Wilder was a better actor than that weirdo Johnny Depp. Period. It's kind of like comparing, I don't know, Kate.
Yeah, you don't know, do you?
No, here I got it. Would you rather have the life of Justin Verlander? We're going to say that's Gene Wilder. Or a lunatic who's like, who's done pretty good, like, and he turns into Sergio Mitre, Johnny Depp. I'm going with Gene Wilder. Yes, I'll talk about Sergio Mitre and Hardwood. Don't worry, that was rude to compare Johnny Depp even to him because he's a evil person. But Johnny Depp scares me, from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory to that Pirates of the Caribbean. Has he ever played a normal part? He was also in Freddy Krueger, bro. Have you ever seen the movies he's done? Dude. Johnny Depp was in Freddy Krueger, homie. He wasn't Freddy Krueger, but he was in it. Trust me. Might have been.
Well, have you seen Blow?
Did I what?
Have you seen Blow?
Oh, have I seen Blow? I've seen it before.
About George Young. He was George Young.
Oh, it's a movie?
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, yeah, I've seen Blow. Everybody's seen Blow.
No.
I was like, what are you talking about?
No, the movie Blow about George Young.
I don't know this movie.
Okay, never mind.
George Blow. Blow is a movie, 2001. Oh, yeah, this was 2001. I was partying too hard in 2001.
It's a good movie. Probably sit down and watch it.
So it's about a dude who made $100 million with the Medellin cocaine cartel?
Yep.
Wow.
An American guy.
And Johnny
Depp played him.
Again, Johnny Depp. What normal character has he ever played?
I was going to say, that's the most normal guy I've heard of him
The
playing.
most
honestly.
normal guy he ever played was a dude who
Was a
smuggled
ju-
in $100
It
million.
was a
worth of
smuggler,
coke.
yes.
Again, I'm going with Gene Wilder.
Point proven, huh?
Point proven. Gene Wilder. We're going Willy Wonka and the Willy. Damn it, I can't even say it. Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory or something. Damn. But anyway, I'm bringing up Tiger Woods, the 5-time. The man has literally won this tournament 5 times. This is a Jack. Like Jack made this course. He likes playing in this tournament. He goes, and I think he does this today, and he goes and plays with DeChambeau. I think to kind of get a feel for him, you know what I'm talking about? But they were talking about the DeChambeau, the front 9 that they played. He didn't really get to pull out his driver and just bomb, but maybe 2 of the 9 holes. He said, but when he pulled out his driver, he was like 120 yards farther than Tiger on both of them. And he said when he was using on just regular ones, he said on average, DeChambeau was 100 yards closer than Tiger on every shot. But guess what? Guess who had the balls closer to the the pin? Tiger actually somehow had as good a round. They didn't give the score because it was a practice round. But basically the dude said despite him on average out-driving Tiger 100 yards a hole in the front 9, he said the score was about very, very similar because Tiger, was putting the ball close. He was, good with his putter. We know about, Bryson DeChambeau, who was great with the putter last week. We've seen him have struggles with it. But again, what do you think? Do you think Tiger playing with DeChambeau today, and the reason I bring this up, is he trying because he's won this thing 5 times. DeChambeau won last week. Is he trying to maybe get in DeChambeau's head? You think he's trying to play a mental game, or is he trying to figure out DeChambeau and how maybe what kind of score he has to shoot to win it this week?
That's a question I don't have the answer to, buddy. I'm sorry. I would say
I'm not the golf guy either, and so I don't know who to ask. I'm like, dude, I just couldn't believe that they were playing together because that he's actually going off tomorrow. I heard with Rory at 1:17, 12:17 Central Time. So Tiger's going to be playing with one of the stars on the course in McIlroy. But DeChambeau is the one, in all honesty, out of all the people who struck fear in the heart of golfers like nobody. Tiger Woods. Who right now off the damn driver is striking fear in other golfers like nobody else? Bryson DeChambeau. The fact that they played today at what I call Tiger's tournament, the Memorial, I found that absolutely fascinating. I know it was a practice round, but don't think that I don't know, man. Just me knowing Tiger Woods, he don't have 82 tour wins.
You think Tiger's trying to throw him off?
I think he is. I think that's Tiger. He doesn't have 82 tour wins. He didn't tie Sam Snead. He doesn't have 15 majors because he's a friendly dude, if you know what I'm saying. He's there because he's a killer. And what I mean by that is he is there to beat you and break you. And if he can figure out anything from playing a practice round with Bryson DeChambeau, I don't know. If I was Bryson and Tiger asked me to play, like the day before we were in a tournament, you know what I would have said? Hell no. To be honest with you. I'll see you maybe on Sunday, homie. Or I would have said something smart like, I'll see you on Sunday. Final round if you want.
You wouldn't jump at the opportunity to golf with Tiger Woods.
Okay. Me or Bryson DeChambeau?
I don't care who you are, man. He's a legend.
I would jump, but Bryson DeChambeau is trying to become the next Tiger Woods, it feels like. He's trying to become the most intimidating force on the course I've seen since Tiger. I mean, he's bigger than Tiger. He's the biggest golfer physically I've ever seen, strength-wise. He swings the club like nobody I've ever seen. Every time he swings the driver, they put his, driver speed. Dude hits a 5-degree driver, higher than anybody I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it's sky high, and it goes 350 yards with, nothing. Now, it does look like he's coming out of his shoes on every swing. But again, have you ever seen anybody other than Tiger Woods who tried to intimidate golfers? I never had until I watched Bryson DeChambeau last week. And that wasn't a golfer who was trying to be nice. He was intimidating the cameraman. He was intimidating golfers. He was about basically telling everybody, you know what? And I haven't seen a guy play golf like that again since Tiger, but he plays in a different way. And I'm just wondering, is Tiger trying to play a little bit of game in his head. I noticed that Eli picked him actually in his picks. I was shocked. Do you think there's a chance that Tiger comes out and actually can win the Memorial? Break Sam Snead's record and have 83 tour wins, the most of anybody ever.
Be a hell of a story, wouldn't it? But, I mean, he's done it, what, 5 times
Dude,
before?
he just won the Masters. Won it last year. He's won this tournament.
Won it 5 times before. Like, you can't count him out at all.
No, you can't. So I like him, and I like his chances is basically what I'm trying to get at. Now, I do not like the chances that at 3 o'clock when I get off the air that Dak Prescott will have a deal done. I think he will have a franchise pet tag. He'll pay $31.4 million to have a great offensive line, good defense, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, and Zeke. So I don't think I feel very sorry for Dak Prescott. Plus, if he gets franchised again next year, it'll be $38 million. $69 million ain't bad money, baby, in 2 years. I'll take it. Happy birthday to Damian Lillard. But shame on all these snitches. No, not really. Usually snitches deserve to get stitches. I can't wait to talk about that because the line is blowing up. In fact, even Gabe Coons have to take a few NBA calls. He's like, NBA bubble snitch line, because people are going bananas. By the way, I mentioned it. Our man Mike killed the whole back of the jersey thing. Like, you got Jimmy Butler, who now wants a blank. LeBron wants his name. People were upset because he wants his name. Embiid wants his name. Other people want this name. The whole thing's turned into craziness. I don't even know how you screwed that one up. Life in the bubble was okay. But I will say this. Have you looked at life honestly? Have you seen, did you see Luka Doncic make the shot with his foot? Like, the bubble, I guess I'm such a dork. Honey got the TikTok thing now. And I got the Instagram and the Twitter going, and it's all the people in the bubble. Dude, I watched, it was Jaylen Brown hit like a half-court shot.
You have to go follow NBA Bubble Life if you haven't already. It's hilarious.
It's so good. What's his name? Again.
A lot of beers being drank.
Luka Doncic, best shot I've ever seen in my life with his foot. He hit a three-pointer. He goes, watch this. Boom, drops it, kicked it like that. Swish.
Looked like they went out and fished, too. He caught a big old bass.
Dude, did you see where our good buddy Ben Simmons, from former man from LSU, you ain't getting Moussa Cisse, but Ben Simmons did catch a fish. That was funny. Did you see Boban, though? He didn't catch it. He, caught it, and then when he reached for it, of course, Boban dropped it. But life inside the bubble has been one of those things that it's awesome. I'm enjoying watching it. You need to watch it. But then I got to bring up something that stinks because the WNBA, who everybody seems like they've been given a lot of love and a lot of support. And we've been talking about the WNBA. And then all of a sudden, have you seen Elena Delle Donne and what's going on with her?
Parts of it, yes.
It's disgusting. Elena Delle Donne, she tried to medically opt out. She requested a denial to play. If you haven't known, for 9 years, she's been fighting and had immunodeficiency because of Lyme's disease. For 9 seasons, she went to the doctors. The doctor said, sorry, this doesn't let you opt out. You can either play or you lose your entire salary. She's got 2 days. I thought she was very classy. In fact, instead of coming out and blaming a lot of people, do you know what Elena Delle Donne actually did today? She said, I blame myself. She said, I've had this for 9 years. And she said, I haven't gone out and explained to people what Lyme's disease is. And if I had done a better job and people knew how dangerous Lyme's disease was and how much it affected your immune system, how scared COVID-19 has me and my partner, and I just don't know if I can play. She said in the next 2 days she's going to make her decision. But again, for all the stuff the WNBA's done right, this feels like one of the worst things they've done. And it's been a long time since I've just slapped the WNBA very hard. And it feels like with the way they're treating Elena Delle Donne and then this bubble they've also done.
Oh, their bubble's horrible.
Like right now, the whole happiness and the good feeling that I had towards the WNBA, I hate to say this, but dang, man, y'all can make it dissipate really fast. So remember that. And also, I just wanted to read this before I go to break. Natasha Cloud, she also said it's bull bleep WNBA, either play or risk your life. What do we stand for? Cause apparently it ain't the player's life. That makes total sense to me because, again, you're asking a young lady to literally risk her life because she has Lyme's disease or collect her paycheck this year. That's a very, very tough thing to do. She'll make her decision the next couple of days. By the way, James Harden, I got news on him. Westbrook, I got news on Victor Oladipo. We're going to go inside the bubble. Don't touch that dial. MemphisFarmers.com. Check out my good buddy Chad Gatlin, Auto, Home, Life, Business. When you think insurance, you better think MemphisFarmers.com. And my buddy Chad, he's the real deal Holyfield on Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7 FM.
It's R&R on Sports.
The word is out about R&R on Sports, where you've heard interviews from
Ken Griffith Jr., Dr. J, Hank Aaron, and many, many more.
R&R on Sports, Saturday mornings, 10 a.m., Sports 56, 87.7, and 96.1.
Don't miss us.
Chad Gatlin is your Mid-South Farmers agent, and he's easy to find. Just go to MemphisFarmers.com to get a fast quote or call his office at 901-237-1176. And during this wild time we're all facing, know Chad has you covered. Whether you need to file a claim, get a quote, or just talk about what he can do to give you the absolute best coverage at the best price. Chad is a Memphis man and knows the area and that everyone is different, and he will work to make sure you have everything you need and nothing you don't. Get a fast quote at MemphisFarmers.com or call 901-235-1176.
O'Reilly.
This is Derek's O'Reilly Auto Parts story.
After the third time jump-starting my car, I finally realized my battery was dying. So I stopped by O'Reilly to have it checked. They tested it right there in the parking lot. It was bad, real bad. But they helped me find the right battery for my car and even installed it for free. Now my car starts like new.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hey, frequent heartburn may keep you from running your A game, but it doesn't have to anymore. Join the Prilosec OTC 2-week challenge. Just go to PrilosecOTC.com. You'll get $3 off to get you started, plus 14 days of tips, tricks, and reminders. Just 2 weeks, zero heartburn. Go to PrilosecOTC.com and sign up today. Zero heartburn is possible with Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition, and yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129.
If you want to make money in sales, Flynn Broadcasting wants you. If you can sell, Flynn Broadcasting has a great career waiting for you. If you can sell, we have great benefits, salary, commission, sales leads, and a great place to work. If you can sell, let us know today. Send your resume to jobs@flynn.com. Can everyone sell? No. But if you can, Flynn Broadcasting wants you. Apply today at jobs@flynn.com. Start your great career today at jobs@flynn.com. Flynn Broadcasting wants you.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio.
Kick it over here.
This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
West where the winds blow tall. Yeah, speaking about blowing tall, Houston might blow really tall with a guy in Mike Miller. We'll talk about that later. You got Dak Day coming up. Nothing's going to happen. I'm guaranteeing you this. He's going to play this year for just a paltry $31.4 million. Poor Dak. Again, all those people, especially, and it's the Hasselback who's driving me the most crazy right now, who's on air saying that this is a travesty. You paid your wide receiver. You paid your running back. Dude, by the way, you know why you pay your running back early? Because running backs don't play as long as quarterbacks. They just signed a dead gum quarterback to a 10-year deal. Dak does it. They offered Dak, by the way, a 5-year deal. They even added like another for the 5th year. They want the 5th year. He gets 4 years for $100 million guaranteed. It's more than $100 million if he plays all 4 years, or a 5-year deal and he gets like $130 guaranteed or whatever. They're like, no, I want this, all this, and I want to be the highest paid player. I want $40 million a year. Blah blah. Look, I already went through the mathematics. It's very simple. $69 million and change if he gets franchised the next 2 seasons is not bad for Dak Prescott. And believe it or not, it's not bad for the Dallas Cowboys. Why? Because the Dallas Cowboys still have to prove, is Dak Prescott Patrick Mahomes? Is he Aaron Rodgers? Is he Brett Favre? Is he Drew Brees? Is he Tom Brady? Is he Troy Aikman? Is he a guy that's going to go in there and do what quarterbacks who deserve to get that type of money get? Is he going to get them a damn ring? I'm not talking about a ring that Trent Dilfer got because he played with the greatest defense with Ray Lewis and a bunch of sick running backs and Jonathan Ogden playing a nasty left tackle. I'm not talking about Brad Johnson who goes down there with Keyshawn and Derek Brooks and they play the 4-2 defense. John Gruden knew the Raiders' offense. He was called into place before they even played in the Super Bowl. I mean, that was just like once Tampa Bay got to the NFC, it was over in the Super Bowl. I'm not talking about guys who got lucky. I'm talking about quarterbacks who win you Super Bowls. Who's won you Super Bowls? Tom Brady's won a hell of a lot of them. That's right. Hey, Peyton got his. Drew's even gotten one. And he's, he was down there and he's been shortchanged a lot. And he's been basically, you can be honest with you, Sean Payton gets suspended for a year. The way with the whole the bounty gate, they basically, let's be honest, they screwed the Saints for years. And he got him a ring. Peyton got one in Indy. Peyton got one in Denver. Yeah, it was more defenses, but Peyton was still there. Russell Wilson got him a championship in Seattle. Don't think he won't get another one. Even Big Ben. A couple. Again, championship-style quarterbacks is what they're trying to figure out. And if you're going to lock somebody up for $150 million or $40 million per year, whatever the heck they're talking about, you have to believe that they're going to take you to that next level because they're that next level quarterback is what I'm saying. And if you look at last year, there's this fantasy and this falsehood because you see 4,000 yards and change. You see 30-plus touchdowns. You see a QBR rating of 94, 94.5. You see all these things that look like, oh, my God, he's great. Look at their record, 8-8. Look at who he beat. Congratulations for beating Washington twice. And I'm so glad you beat, Danny Dimes in New York. Don't make me laugh and throw up in the middle of my show, okay? He plays in the NFC least, and they missed the damn playoffs in Week 16. All he has to do is beat Philadelphia, and guess what? I bet you they signed him to that contract. But damn, do you know that since he's been playing with the Cowboys, do you know what his record is in the playoffs? 1 win, 2 losses. Only 2 years that they made the postseason. Never made it to an NFC championship game. With all that damn talent, and you're talking about giving this guy $40 million a year? Hey, dude, I'll give him $31.4 million this year. I'll give him that offensive line. I got CeeDee Lamb coming over. And if he don't take me to an NFC championship game, Andy Dalton might be my starting quarterback next year because I ain't paying him $45 million a damn year.
No reason to pay him Russell Wilson money when he has Kirk Cousins stats. That's all I'm going to leave it at.
Wow! Can anybody have said it better than my good buddy Gabe Kuhn? Give that man a follow at G_Kuhn71. We'll be back in 2 shakes. It is Musa Cisse Day. 3 o'clock Will he be a Tiger? With Terry D. That's right, Terry D. 515. He's going to join me, my good friend Terry Davis, and we're talking Tiger basketball. We're all praying for Moussa Cisse on Sports 56, 96.1. Never forget Memphis Bombers, 87.7 FM.
Starts playing different tunes. I'll see you on the dark side of the moon.
Hi, I'm Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roofing. Can anyone explain to me why anyone would care how I measure your roof? We have all heard about measuring your roof from outer space. Well, to be honest, there are aerial pictures that are taken every 4 years that can be used to measure a building, but it's not from outer space. Besides, no one, and I mean no one, can tell you what's wrong with your roof or even if you need one by using pictures that might be 4 years old. If you would rather do business with a family-owned and operated business with a lifelong tie to Memphis that refuses to mislead or use gimmicks, please give me a call. Best products, best warranties, and the best customer service we know how to provide. Fiveash Roofing, proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Memphis Tigers home team. Fiveash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process? You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
DeSoto Auto Sales specializes in late model cars with low mileage. They have the highest standards in the car industry. All of their cars are test driven, checked out from head to toe, unlimited inventory, every make and model. And if it's not on the lot, they'll find it for you. Walk in the door of DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704 Goodman Road. Within 45 minutes, you can test your car, get credit approval, and finish paperwork within an hour. No shortcuts at DeSoto Auto Sales. Kind, courteous employees, a down-home environment. DeSoto Auto Sales cares about your time. Lowest prices in a 350-mile radius. We're living in a world today where time does matter. Visit them online. Check out their referrals. DeSotoAutosales.com. Very proud to serve DeSoto County and other surrounding areas. DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704 Goodman Road. Call 662-890-7184. 662-890-7184. Come on down to DeSoto Auto Sales.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. On AM 560, 96.1 FM, and 87.7 FM. This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Check it out right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now,
the 3 times sexiest man in Millington, Johnny Harden.
I am the 3-time. No, that is not true. I'm now the 4-time sexiest man in Millington. We need to get that fixed. Yeah, I know it's COVID-19, 2020. A lot of people say, do you really want to be the sexiest man in Millington in 2020? I say, why the hell not? Give me 4 years in a row. Welcome back into Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. We got mad stuff to talk about with my great friend Terry Davis. I got Mike Miller news. Yep, a tall wind is a-blowing. Could be going Mustang style. We'll find out about that. We also want to find out about a very, very, very tall wind. We want it to blow, towards the Tigers. Big old Musa Cisse at 247 Sports today. He's going to go out there, make his announcement 3 o'clock, right when Wolo and Stat, so you got the voice of the Tigers, and you got Brett Norsworthy with Ole Miss. They're going to be there to talk about what the decision is. But I want to talk with Terry Davis and find out 2 very, very, very big stories that are breaking here in the Mid-South. But first, I want to ask you, how are you doing today, TD?
Man, life is good, man. How's it going in your neck of the woods?
Man, you know what? It ain't too bad. I got to yell at a very nice gentleman who I ended up being very good friends with after I was a jerk. And I apologize, but I was having a rough morning. You know, when you're like 49 days still working on your house, you come a little frustrated, and sometimes you don't act like yourself. You come unhinged. And this guy, at least, he's one of those dudes who just very patiently was like, yeah, I'm used to getting yelled at like this. And you're like, now I feel like a jerk. But speaking of yelling, like this whole city, you might hear at 3 o'clock an uproar of just crazy elation. I know the mayor of Nutbush, seen him on Twitter. He's about to come unglued. I got Tiger fans who are like, oh my God, is this happening? I got some people who are all in. Some people are still doubters. Some people still think he's going to LSU. Very few. But people like you, people like Isaac, people like me and Gabe, people that I keep talking to, everybody feels like, at least to me, and this is the only time that I get a little bit scared, when everybody says, oh, dude, 3 o'clock, he's announcing he's coming to Memphis, man. Is that something that you really believe is happening? Are we counting, or what is it, when you count your eggs or before your chickens hatch? What's that saying?
You don't count your eggs, but don't count your chicken before your eggs hatch, because they might not be.
Are we doing that right now with Musa?
I don't think we are, because
Ooh,
if you had asked me this when you asked me this question a month ago, what I told you, LSU, and all indications was he was headed down the road to LSU because of things without his control. But I think the Memphis might have benefited because of the pandemic.
Yeah, because he was at home.
He stayed home, and he got a chance to play a lot with Alo and Big Malco, and pick up the ball.
Ja Morant.
And Ja Morant. And I think that built some camaraderie that the coaches down in LSU and the other factors just outweighed staying home, because, one, he's always been here for a year, and then he won't have to change, and then he already know the guys he's playing with, and he understands the style. And he understands that with Lester being there and with Precious being there, they're in his ear also, too. So it's just a combination that time just got him to flip his own decision before he made it.
Now, I will honestly say a guy that I respect as much as anybody, that he's done as much for not just the city of Memphis. He's done it for so many people, and that's Mr. Let It Fly, Mike Miller. I've always thought of him as the basic, Penny is the face of the Tigers right now. You know what I mean? Mike Miller, though, was that guy, though. He got it done. You know what I mean? He was the recruiting machine.
Right.
That kind of like, with losing Mike, I got a little bit anxious. So maybe that's where a little bit also where the Musa Cisse nervousness came in. But then I found out, man, am I hearing this correctly? Before I get back to the Tigers, will Mike Miller, let's just say, stay in Germantown area?
I think so, because, one of the reasons he left Memphis in the first place is to spend some more time with his kids, and because his son is a senior and he's going on some good recruitment. But
at Houston, by the way, at Houston,
right? Houston, and how much more can you spend time with your son than be his coach? Because it all worked out that the coach, he retired and left town, which opened it up. Which I'm thinking Mike had an idea that was coming beforehand. So
yes,
I do too. So I think it was a plan that I think, as long as they let Mike run the program the way he wanted to do it, and he can follow the TSAA rules, and and I think because unlike Penny, I think he's more well liked in Nashville than Penny would be.
Interesting. Now I want to ask you because him going over to Memphis. Let's just be honest. How long do you think that Mike Miller will be the basketball coach over there?
1 year minimum, 2 years maximum.
1 year minimum, 2 years maximum. And
yeah,
if you're Houston, don't you have to say unequivocally to get Mike Miller to? You're going to probably be on ESPN later. You know what I'm saying? Like this is gonna. You're Houston High School. Don't get me wrong. I have a little bit. I went to Houston. My daughter cheerleads over at Houston. I like Houston. James Thomas, he played football with me. He's now the head football coach over at Houston. The fact that he's going, like a former Memphis Tiger is going back to Houston High School, I feel that's dope. And the fact that he gets to coach his son, like, wow, this is really, really cool. John Varlas has already reported it. I've seen you've tweeted it out. So this looks like this is the done deal. It's the real deal. Former Memphis Grizzly, Miami Heat, dude who's got he played 17 seasons in the NBA, I believe.
17 seasons, and Memphis, Orlando, Miami, Cleveland, just to name a few. He's been around.
He's been around. He's done it. And then all that he's done for the Memphis Tigers and now what he's going to possibly do at Houston High School with him and his kid. This is almost kind of a storybook. Who would have thought that Mike Miller would have made Memphis his home the way he has?
When Mike played here the first time, he got traded here originally from Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
He always loved this city. He didn't want to leave the first time. He fell in love with this city. He played with the Gasol, and, they had some really decent teams when he played here with Huey Brown. And Mike, when you used to see Mike out, you used to see Mike out and about on a regular basis, just enjoying this city. When I was, I wasn't even covering the Grizzlies at the time, and I saw Mike more out than I did on the court. That's how much Mike was out, and that's how much he loved this city.
Yeah, and before I get back over to the Tigers, I just got to give Chad Becker, the athletic director over at Houston, head coach James Thomas. I hope you all have a good season. Y'all get to play. I hope you all get to go and have some basketball this year. But I think Mike Miller, the fact that he's coming in, one of my favorite things, though, that I have seen him say is he told Chad Becker that I can't promise you how long I'm going to be here, but I can promise you this: I'm going to leave this program in better shape than it is than it was when I took over. And that's just something like, Houston's a pretty damn good program. They were the best of the preps until they stopped doing that pretty much every year. I think they're probably the reason they stopped doing that. So the fact that Mike Miller is going over there, that's just flat out nasty. Now, have we figured out, before I get back to Musa, have we figured out who Penny's going to pick?
That's one thing about Penny. When Penny don't want you to know something, you're not going to know it. Right. And because Penny, he don't like a lot of leaks in his camps. You have to find out through secondary and third-party sources that Penny has been here, and go from there.
Mm-hmm.
But Penny's not, if you don't want you to know about it, you're not going to know about it. So, and I think another thing, too, is with the budget situation, he's not in a rush to hire no one. Because, Mike Miller's money is off the book, and I think he's going to use that money to go no later than August or September to bring somebody in. Because, one, you're not out there recruiting, and two,
you're not surprised at all that actually Mike Miller actually got a position before Penny filled his position, huh?
No, because it's a money thing. Because Mike's not on the book, and then you're saving that money. So how else can you cut money by not paying a person to be here who don't need to be here right now?
Makes tons of sense. By the way, Terry,
right? And Mike was making $500,000 a year, and it doesn't take a rocket science. If you go a couple of months without paying Mike Miller, that's a couple. That's a nice little chunk of change.
And by the way, man, I just got this text in. My friend Judson's on the way to Oklahoma City with John and Mark. Have a safe trip out there, and hope y'all win another Tiger. A little bit of green and gold. They play for the green and gold Tigers instead of the blue and gray. But we've talked about Mike Miller. We've talked about how Penny doesn't let you know things if he doesn't want to let you know things. One thing, we are going to find out where Moussa Cisse is going to go. We're going to find that out today at 3:00. So when I get off the air, literally. Pull out your thing. What is it? An 8-ball magic
Instagram
8-ball?
Live.
What is it? It's a magic 8-ball?
Instagram Live. Right.
You call it Instagram Live? No, I call it magic 8-ball. I ain't talking about that kind of 8-ball either. I'm talking about the magic 8-ball. No, Instagram Live, 3:00. What's he going to say?
Hopefully no later than 3:10, 3:15 after he do all his hoopla. He will be saying the University of Memphis.
Now, let's just be real. If he says Memphis and he comes to Memphis, and we get a season, and will this push Memphis, and especially with what's happened over at Houston and stuff like that, will this push Memphis to number 1 in the preseason polls in the American for you?
For me, if you put Musa and Williams, then I say yes.
So if
but
Williams
Musa,
gets, if he becomes eligible.
Right. If Williams becomes eligible, then I say yes. If you put just Musa on there, I said they're 1A. I said we'll put
1A.
Houston up there because, they still have the talent, and Memphis will have the best recruiting class coming in and the best returning class. But
Houston's always a pain in the...
Right.
No
because
way.
like I said, right now, we don't know how long the season will go. We don't know if they're going to start in November or they're going to start in January or February. So hopefully they get a November start so they can start developing their chemistry. But if they get a late start, that might give Houston an advantage. But they get it started early, that will give Memphis an advantage because they have time to build that chemistry.
Do you still also, by the way, do you give head coach Kelvin Sampson like a little tip of the cap still as the better coach right now? Or do you think Penny Hardaway's slowly making his way? Because believe it or not, man, you look at the American, let's just be honest, coaching, they're pretty damn deep.
Yep, coaching, that's one thing a lot of people don't give credit to. Penny is one of the few coaches that won 20 games in his first 2 seasons ever coaching college ball. And I have no doubt in my mind he would make 3 years in a row because Penny did a lot of things that most coaches hadn't done. He beat a top 25 team.
Yep.
He beat a top 25 team on the road, and he had over 20 wins, and he came close to knocking off Houston last year, with a team that he didn't even start the season with. If he starts the season with this team he has and finish the season with it has, I think he would have 25, 30 wins this year.
Yeah, and I'm just sorry. I'm a Johnny Dawkins fan. I like Greg Marshall over at Wichita State. I love Ron Hunter at Tulane. I think he's going to make a big difference. Penny's my man. That's why my dog's name Penny. Baby, what's up? And then even heck over at Cincinnati, John's not doing bad either. I mean, his name is John. Right. But they don't play no games. I will say though, if Musa, even without Williams, for me personally, just the fact that if Musa Cisse comes, this is going to be such a shot in the arm. It's going to be huge. I want to ask you right now a very, very difficult question. Who's your starting 5?
You got Musa, you got DJ, you got Boogie, and you have now the 2 guard could go either way. Probably
Lester,
Damian or Lester, but more likely Lester. And
who you gonna put a point? Who you gonna put a point?
It's pick and choose, man. I think Booger run the point starting it off.
Nice. Or heck, you never know, Davian or Alo. Anybody.
Well, Davian or Alo. But one thing they do, they have options. And Penny has shown in the past that playing time is not a problem on this team because those guys all buy into the concept. They believe in what's going on there, so they don't have to worry about anything. So don't have to worry about, I ain't get enough minutes here, I ain't get enough minutes there, I ain't get enough shots here, because that's not what they got. They're all about winning and winning the championship.
Now, last year they were one of the best defensive teams you've ever seen in your deadgum life.
They'll be better. They'll be better this year.
One of the best defensive teams that Memphis has ever had. They're going to be better this year, and they're not going to turn the ball over as much.
They won't turn the ball over as much because they have a year experience. Because you know what Penny did at first, he just let them run and gun. But he's going to control them more offensively to start the season. He's not going to let them have the freedom to make their decisions until they learn how to make the decisions.
I got you.
Because Alo and Lester and Precious, they made a lot of unforced turnovers, and I think they will grow from what they learned last year, and they won't have those forced turnovers. My thing is, a lot of people look at, they had 20 turnovers, but they had 80 possessions. So if you look at the big scheme of things, you have those possessions, you also turn it over. It's also about the net and what you do to them. Long as don't have those loose ball turnovers, what team going down and getting an easy bucket, I think Penny can live with those type of turnovers not happening. But I think they'll be all right on the turnover scale.
I think they're going to. I mean, if they're as good as they were defensively, and they just cut back on the turnovers, and if because you have, let's just be honest, you got Lester Quinones, who was more worried about his shorts last year than his shot. If that shot starts following a little bit earlier, it's going to be huge. Damian Ball, who looked great in the preseason, I don't know what happened when the season started. I think that was freshman. His eyes, he just started seeing lights. I don't know what happened. He wasn't the same player. And, of course, I think Boogie, he had just such a bad start. I think that a new year will be good for him. But this team, I still think, has tons of talent. And then you got a guy who can just basically, if the clock's running out, you just give the damn ball to DJ, get out of the way. He's 6'7", 230 pounds. He's going to make you a bucket. But the people that and of course, Moussa Cisse commits, we got another monster down there. But do you think, like, Landers right now, what are the chances of Landers and Williams? What do you think the two guys, you give a percentage, what happens if they get eligible, and what is the percentage of being eligible?
I give Williams, I would never say 100, but I give Williams a 90% chance.
90?
And I give 90, and I give Landers and Ali about a 40% chance.
All right. Dude, 90? I love it. By the way, I could give you a big old hug right now, Terry D.
I really think he will. I really think he will. And I think
who's he going to take more if he gets if he becomes eligible, who does he take the most minutes from?
I don't think he takes the minutes from anybody. I think what they do, they balance it out. Malcolm,
Lance, Musa,
they just play different positions and they swap each other out, and it's all going to be depending on what opponent they're playing. There's enough minutes to go around, because one thing when you come to Penny, when he gets players who can play multiple positions.
That that makes a lot of sense. Plus, you also got a lot of young guys who had a whole lot that is expected from them, all the way from when they were first, high school kids to now, that I think now that they're old enough and big enough, they're actually going to learn and they're going to live up to it. I'm looking forward to this season, but I got to ask you a weird question. Why does nobody ever talk about Tony Madlock?
Because he don't have the flash and dash. He just go there and with his lunch pail and his blue collar,
just do his job,
do his job, and go on to the next thing. Because he's happy to be home. He's been into some places. Memphis is one of the. He's been to Ole Miss and to a lot of places, but this is home, and he's happy to be home, and he's just doing his job. Just like a good assistant coach is supposed to be.
Man, I absolutely love it. I'm going to tell you, I can't wait to find 3 o'clock that you're going to be right. Moussa Cisse will become a Memphis Tiger. I will be at 3 o'clock. Doing either a fat shot or running down the street naked. Hopefully it'll be a shot for everybody.
Don't get arrested. Don't get arrested.
Now I got to ask you, because you are a Cowboys fan, before I say goodbye. I know that you are you're just a sports junkie. Let's just be real with what you are. Dak Prescott, $31.4 million franchise tag. Smart for the Cowboys. Were you with some of these people who are saying that what Dallas is doing is absolute lunacy? Pay the damn man. And I just want to ask you, when Jared Goff got paid, what happened? They went down. When Carson Wentz got paid, they've gone down. When you pay these guys that are not Patrick Mahomes, that are not the Tom Bradys, they're not the guys who are going to go win you that daggum Super Bowl, it feels like it does kind of hurt your team. Even Russell Wilson hadn't been back after he's got paid. Don't get me wrong. He's worth every damn penny. Dude, $31.4 million ain't shabby neither. Do you think all this talk about the disrespect? Dude, Zeke Elliott's a running back. He's going to have a shorter career than Dak Prescott. That's why he got paid first. Like, do you think that Dallas is making a smart business decision, or are they being actually stupid?
It depends on what you're looking at it, because in the long run, it's actually going to benefit Dak more by taking.
That's what I said.
Because that $31 million he get this year, that when he go to next year, that don't even come into consideration.
It'd be 38 next year,
right?
If he's franchise.
So they start off fresh. So if they don't sign him this year, then they're gonna have to pay. Whenever he signs his contract, he's probably gonna get $90 to $100 million guaranteed. So you get $90 to $100 guaranteed. That doesn't count the 31 you got this year. So they really doing themselves this service, because what they should do is go ahead and sign him, with $100 million in there, with this $31 million already in the contract.
Now You know,
Then-
I don't know.
yeah.
By the way, I honestly was trying to be a smart aleck, and I can't believe you didn't come at me hard. He's really a Steelers fan, so I was really trying to be
I
smart.
don't care. God, I don't care.
I just wanted to see if you'd come back and slap me, and be like, Cowboys, I'm a Steelers fan. No, I wanted to ask you the Dak question because I wanted to see what you thought. But then I want to ask you this one other question, and then I'm going to let you go because I know you're a busy man. You got a 3 o'clock Moussa Cisse article you're going to have to drop very soon. But I want to ask you, Big Ben Roethlisberger, and you're going to laugh at me when I ask you this question. Do you think he might be the dumbest person on planet Earth? Like, would you ever come out and say, yeah, I missed last season because I had an elbow injury. Oh, by the way, I'm a porn addict. Is that the dumbest thing you've ever heard in your life? Just me. Like, I don't know.
We don't know. You don't know why he said that. He
I
might have
don't
thought
either.
something, or he might have somebody say you have to do this, or this else is gonna come out, or he might just have a problem. The first problem, the minute you have a problem, is admit it.
That's a good point.
I wouldn't tell nobody what I was, but maybe he's trying to sell a book or something. I don't know.
Maybe he is. Maybe you're right. Who knows? We're going to find out. Ben Ripley. It's going to be what was that album by Michael Jackson? Just Beat It. Yeah,
Right.
Beat It. I love that from back in the day. We remember that. Next thing you know, we're going to have a Ben Roethlisberger drop the same album here in about 4 years. Maybe this is a PR ploy. I got to tell Terry Davis, I always like cutting it up with you. I always love being silly and stupid. You do have, though, Moussa Cisse pretty much coming to the University of Memphis, announcing it at 3 o'clock today, and you believe it, and you think Mr. Williams, 90% chance that he'll become eligible.
Right, and I think within the next 4 to 5 weeks, the Tigers will have a decision on a ARP decision. So we'll know in a few weeks what we're going to be doing for this thing. And I think this will get a slap on the wrist, to be truthful with you.
I agree. I think the ARP is going to just slap Memphis and look at this situation and be like, whatever. I mean, look, you got Kansas with, 5 level 1 violations. They got real things to worry about. And again, last but not least, remember this. Congratulations to Houston and to Mike Miller. It's a pretty big day for Houston, isn't it?
It's been a great day for Houston.
Man, it's going to be a great day for Memphis at 3 o'clock, and it's always a great day to talk to Terry Davis. Terry, you be good out there, brother.
You be good at it too, my brother.
I will be. That's my good friend Terry Davis. Follow him at TerryD515. It's kind of like eatcbq.com. I love Terry D. I also love eatcbq.com. Why? Because if you want to be like a super nice person and chip barbecue anywhere around this beautiful country, you can go right now to eatcbq.com, where smoke is their sauce. Bang, bang, boom. Order, have it shipped. Maybe you want to have an event. You want to have it catered. Go to eatcbq.com. Bang, done. Maybe you're just new to Memphis and you're hearing me right now and you don't know about these 4 amazing locations. They got the new one on Poplar, the original on Central, Summer, never forget about it, and right behind the Civil Rights Museum downtown. 4 amazing locations. The best barbecue on planet Earth is always Memphis, and the best barbecue in Memphis, Central Barbecue. Check out the nachos. Check out the wings. Don't forget, they have a sausage plate, and always save room for what? The banana pudding, because it is straight up. I love you, Meemaw, but it's the best banana pudding in the whole wide world. I promise you that. Central Barbecue, they are simply the best. We'll be right back. Sports 56, 96.1. Hardwood's next, 87.7 FM.
Want to get your voice heard? Hit us up on the First Bank phone line or First Bank text line.
First Bank is here to help you, whether you're a business looking for a loan to expand or refinance an existing one, a homeowner looking for a mortgage or home equity line, a consumer wanting to finance your dream car, or wanting a competitive rate on your CD deposits. Let First Bank try to handle your banking needs. Stop into one of First Bank's 3 local branches today. 6482 Poplar Avenue, just east of International Paper, 8398 Highway 64 across from Wolf Chase, and 6280 Highway 64 in Oakland. Or check them out online at firstbankonline.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Blood and plasma donations are more important than ever. People all around the world still depend on the medicine your plasma helps make. That's why Interstate Blood Bank and Plasma Biological Services are open and will remain open for our donors. The United States government has declared blood and plasma donation as a critical infrastructure industry. That means healthy donors are allowed to travel to and from donation centers regardless of any stay-at-home mandates in your area. We need you to keep donating so that we can continue to manufacture these life-saving medicines. us. We understand that you may be concerned about COVID-19. The health and safety of our donors and our employees remain a top priority. To limit the spread of the virus, we're taking additional measures to ensure our centers are safe and clean. Donating now is more important than ever, but please do not come to the center to donate if you are not feeling well or have a sore throat, fever, cough, or shortness of breath. We are doing our part so that you can do yours. Come donate today at one of our IBBI or PBS locations across the Memphis area.
Hi, it's The Herd. We're all faced with new challenges these days. If you need legal help for yours, trust LegalZoom. You want to set up a will, maybe a living trust? How about starting a business as a DBA or an LLC? LegalZoom can help there too. You can start online. Their network of attorneys can provide advice when you need it. And since LegalZoom is not a law firm, you don't get charged by the hour. Visit LegalZoom.com for more information. Their site has it all. Trust LegalZoom.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Chris Price here for Brian Elder Roofing. The storms we've had over the past several months have been devastating to our communities. The rainy season is ahead. You may have not even noticed the dripping in your attic, water stains throughout your home, or even worse, mold and mildew. Please call Brian Elder Roofing and we will send out our project managers to assess any damage. We will not try to sell you a roof if all you need is a repair. We will measure your roof from outer space. 0% for 60 months, even no payments till 2022 are available with approved credit. If you've noticed missing shingles, water stains, leaks in your roof, call us before you call your insurance company at 867-0303. That's 867-0303, and we will provide a free, thorough inspection of your roof's condition.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Here we go. On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
I love Big Woolly Mammoths. Welcome back into Sports 56 Happy Hour. I hope you're having a happy hump day. It's been a beautiful day. T-minus 30 minutes to Musa Cisse. Dun, 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 dun. Also, don't forget Sports Time with Willow and Stats. But, hey, can you imagine what Willow's going to be like if Musa comes out at 3 o'clock and, like...
Giddy.
He's going to be very excited. You know Willow's going to be going banana sandwiches. It's going to be awesome. I will be listening. I hope everybody's listening. And I sure hope Musa does not break our hearts, because then there is the flip side. Could you imagine having to listen to Dave for 3 hours if he doesn't go to Memphis? He's going to be like, I just want y'all to know I love y'all. I'm just playing, Dave. You know, I love you, brother. But we also know that you love the Tigers, and I do too, by the way. We all love the Tigers, at least most of us. You know, Gabe went there, I went there. We all love it, and you're the voice of them. So, Musa, 3 o'clock, big deal. Finding out the eligibility of Landers and Williams, also big deal. What is the Association of Retired People? I mean, what is it? The ARP? What are they going to do? Did the Tigers just slap them on the wrist? Sorry. I was smart, Alec. I love it. But no, I do want to say something I just sick before I get to it. This, the Deladon, the Elaine Deladon stuff, during the break, I actually had somebody send me something else about it. And just the simple fact, again, that this young lady, I didn't know she's not going to just lose out on her paycheck. Found out during the break. Did you know that she'll also lose all of her sponsor money if she doesn't play this season?
That's ridiculous. And not to mention, just in general, the WNBA bubble right now. I don't know if you guys have gotten a look at it. There's
like
roaches. The freaking washers and dryers
don't even work.
Old. There's trash everywhere. The food looks horrible. Everything about the WNBA bubble and this Elena Deladon story is just it's embarrassing for the WNBA.
It really is. It's saddening, and that's the last thing that I'm going to say kind of negative in this thing, because we're about to get freaky. We're about to have some fun, because I got a crazy hardwood that has everything from players getting arrested. We got a lunatic on the loose.
And I owe you a bubble story.
Oh, and you got a bubble story. I forgot. I love you. I can't wait to get to this. But before we do, I want to remind you something. Without my sponsors, I am nothing. Without you, I am nothing. Because you love my sponsors so much, I get to come on here every day and talk to y'all in 867-0303. That's 867-0303 for my peeps. Brian Elder Roofing Solutions, commercial, residential. It doesn't matter. They're the people you call. Don't call your insurance company. Don't call anybody. If you have a roofing issue, the first thing you do, reach out, 901-867-0303. That's 901-867-0303. Check out my peeps because it's Chris Price teamed up with Brian Elder. They have created the greatest roofing company on planet Earth. They will be here forever, and they will always take care of you. What do? 867-0303. That's 867-0303 for Brian Elder Roofing Solutions. Or just go online to brianelderroofing.com. They give you Hardin Wood.
This is Access Hardin Wood.
Ooh-wee. Well, let me tell you a little something. I got some whack stories today. Kenny Stills is a funny story. But can I just tell you the truth? Yesterday I made one of my bigger mistakes in a long time. So I'm going to make sure I lead off with it today.
Okay, then let's rock, man.
Let's do it, Gabe.
So the NBA bubble, we know that they're not allowed to have guests right now.
That is correct.
And the NBA Bubble Life, we mentioned the account. Go on Twitter and follow NBA Bubble Life, because then you would have seen this story ahead of time and you wouldn't have had to have me tell you it.
Thank you.
Now listen, there's a girl.
And
there's
she's
a woman.
gorgeous.
She's gorgeous. Very good-looking girl by the name of Anna Maya.
She makes me think of the bubble.
She's
by the
what
way.
we would term as an Instagram model, correct?
Yes. Very
she has 15,000 Instagram followers, a lot on Twitter as well. She's a self-described gamer.
That's hot,
She's
too.
actually
I don't
friends
even
with
play
a lot of NBA players. Most notably, she's followed by Montrezl Harrell. Now, she tweeted, not but 2 days ago, and she said, I already got invited to the bubble. Yeah, the season's definitely ending early. There's been a lot of speculation, okay? There's been a lot of speculation. I don't know who did it. I don't know who invited her. I tend to believe her, okay? There's a lot of guys there, and not all of them are doing the right thing. Now, Mo Bamba took to Twitter and asked a question. He said, Donovan Mitchell's already wilding in the bubble. And she responded. She said, I wish it was him, but this thing got her in trouble. So it was not Donovan Mitchell. Now, there's been a lot of speculation, okay? Because people are calling her a snitch. She's trying to, sort through all this. But the main person,
No, but I was going
the
to say,
speculation
how would you like
has
to be
fallen.
the person who's now like, so you wish that you were with Donovan Mitchell?
I wonder if Donovan Mitchell took notice of it. You know he slid in the DMs
Dude,
that night.
that's exactly what he did.
That night.
Yo,
He
I
doesn't
heard-
have a girlfriend,
Hey,
does he?
No, dude, he's a kid. Hey, thanks for the shout out, baby. What's up?
She said, I wish it was him. Oh, do you? DM slide right there. But anyway, so everybody's starting to think, it's probably Montrezl Harrell.
That's who my first thought was.
Because
That's
he
my
does
sleuthing
follow
cat.
her and she follows him.
That means
and
you
it's the
can
most
DM each
notable.
other. Mhm.
So I guess that's the thought, but she says she's gotten invited.
Now,
I
can
don't
I
know,
ask you-
but here's the thing. I tend to believe her.
Me too.
Because she does have a lot of followers and she has no real reason to lie about
She's
it.
not. I don't think she's lying about anything. She just didn't realize that she was slipping up by being so honest. Sometimes telling the truth can hurt somebody. It really can. And I'm going to ask you this because
Would you invite her to the bubble?
yes. Now, the reason I wanted you to go to first because I also knew what you were doing because you got on me yesterday because, man, I can't believe I ignored him and missed that story. That was my fault, people. But it worked out great because now today's breaking news is they say the snitch line has been ringing off the hook. Have you heard about the snitch line?
I have heard about the snitch line. I tend to believe, Chris Paul's probably one of the main snitches.
I think he's up there. I think LeBron's up there.
Kyrie Irving's not there. LeBron's got to be in there.
I think- hold on,
Anthony Davis doesn't
time out.
he doesn't seem like a snitch.
See, here's what I want to go with. I now think I figured out who the number one snitch is. I think I know who is making the bubble phone ring off the hook. And you know what they're doing? They're calling, and their only thing saying is, Donovan Mitchell's with an Instagram model. Click. calling back. Donovan Mitchell is with an Instagram model. Click. Because I'm telling you, dude, who's going to call the snitch line right now? Montrezl Harrell, because he's ticked off that the Instagram model just basically blasted him in public saying, I wish it was Donovan Mitchell. So I'm telling you, whoever was supposed to be with the Instagram model, they're the one that's blowing up the snitch line. Now, I want to ask you
Is
this.
D'Angelo Russell in the bubble? Oh, no, D'Angelo Russell's not in the bubble. So he hasn't been able to call the bubble hotline. Okay, we know who the real snitch is here.
That's
okay,
hilarious. That is good. Now, snitches like him deserve stitches. Now, do snitches, if you're in this bubble and you're realistically trying to complete a season, is this the one time that you give, I guess, a pass to snitches getting stitches?
Absolutely, 100%.
I'm with you too.
It's good to be a snitch in this case, right?
It's only
you don't break the bubble and not get called out for it.
This is a good situation. This is actually a good situation. I think I'm with you. I think this is actually a good time to do that. Now, I wanted to ask you: did you hear about one of the people who had a problem with the snitching?
Who? Was it a player?
Mm-hmm.
Who?
So, by the way, did you know James Harden has arrived at the NBA bubble, by the way?
I did hear that.
Yes.
Is he negative all of a sudden for COVID?
I don't know.
Was it 2 days ago that he was positive?
It doesn't say anything. They just said that he arrived and he's got to do a mandatory 2-day quarantine, blah, blah, blah. And it's just, I don't even know what to say. It's just weird. You know what I'm talking about?
You think when they allow people to come into the bubble that Mia Khalifa will be in there with him?
Dude, see, I think I would have thought Mia had, I thought she would have been in the bubble a week ago. I thought they would have had her quarantined down and all that stuff and ready to rock and party. You know what I mean? Because, by the way, just the reason I bring this up. So, James Harden has made it down, and it's Damian Lillard's birthday. He's not going to be able to participate in this. I bring all this stuff up because one player, by the way, on the snitching, I got to get to this and before I get into the Don Perignon and all the champagne. But do you want to know who the one player who's had a problem with the snitching? Just take a wild guess. The one person that you never, ever would think should ever have a problem with snitching in the
Chris
bubble.
Paul.
Rudy Gobert, who started this whole damn thing. I don't know if someone's going to use it, but I think it's sort of petty, kind of whack. At the same time, you want to make sure that people respect the rules, but I don't know. I think the line it won't help at this point. I think it's more about respecting each other and all do it as a small community. The snitching line is BS.
I disagree with him. I disagree.
The whole situation.
Why does he get to comment on this at this point? Why is he the one that we're reaching out to comment on this?
Dude, whoever went and put a mic in front of his mouth, dude, you know what you do when you have somebody comes ask you that question? No speak English. I don't know, dude. Next. Bad question. I'm leaving.
Or you could say, I agree with it. We need to hold people accountable.
Yeah,
that's probably the good answer.
Don't come out and say, when you're the person who basically caused the whole situation that you don't like. I don't know, man. I realize Rudy Gobert, he's a hell of a center, but he's also a little bit loco. Yo, S.A., you crazy, man. Now
he is just not very socially aware, is he?
Now, speaking of the snitch line, and speaking of Rudy Gobert, most snitches get stitches. I think he's still going with that. You know what I'm saying? He's not down with the COVID thing. But Rudy Gobert has a problem. But do you want to hear about what's going on? This is where I'm so confused. So Damian Lillard is still under quarantine, okay? It's his 30th birthday. But the people in there have got Crown Royal, Cristal, Don Perignon, short ribs, some special gift that they wouldn't even tell us. Must be so pricey. And they're having all this huge party, and then they put a bunch of I think they're black and red, Portland colored, around his door. But dude's in quarantine. So they're just basically celebrating Damian Lillard's birthday party without Dame time. Would that be harder for you?
That seems kind of pointless, right?
Well, dude, come on. If you're in the bubble, you're using
You're just using it. It's an excuse.
It's an excuse to party.
I've seen guys. You saw Myers Leonard Raylan beers.
Dude, I'm sorry, I'm sneaking out.
JJ
This is where
Redick.
you get in trouble. This is how you get in trouble.
Drinking beers. I saw a video of Josh Hart knocking down a bunch of wine on the golf course.
I can't stop laughing at Rudy.
They're partying, man.
Oh no, they ain't playing no games. By the way, again, the lady said short ribs, some wing place, a special gift she can't even talk about, Cristal, Dom Perignon, and bottles of Crown Royal. So they turning it up tonight for Dame Time's 30th birthday. Do you think that he makes it to his birthday party tonight? Yes or no?
No.
See, I tend to disagree with you. I think he figured, at least if I know that's going on, because he can look on his little, his phone and see all this stuff being reported. Somebody is slipping me a bottle of a Don, maybe a bottle of Crown. Like, I want to celebrate. I might be in quarantine, but dadgummit, it's my birthday. Hey, Harden's in town. Tell him to send up Mia. I don't know. Like, come on, dude. Let's party. It's my 30th. Now, speaking of James Harden, Russell Westbrook, people are going to be very messed up when you find out this, because I brought out Damian Lillard because it's his birthday. Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum for Portland, they account for 51.4 points per game. Huge duo. Do you know the only two duos that are above them? Pretty easy, actually. Anthony Davis and LeBron James. Believe it or not, Anthony Davis and LeBron James, 52.4. Only 1 point ahead of Lillard and McCollum. Do you know how, do you want to know how crazy high Westbrook and Harden are? Harden and Westbrook combined for 62 points a game. 62 points a game. Damn! So I hope my kinfolk is feeling a lot better, and I hope Russ gets over COVID, because if neither one of them are there, that's
that guard-friendly offense that we always talk about.
OV, yo. Yeah, and that's why I still say when you have Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee and all these big boys at the Lakers in the back, it's going to get nasty up in there, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I truly believe it's going to be the real deal. Now, I'm going to bring up something that's going to maybe make you cry. This shouldn't be too sad, actually, because Lincoln Riley did make me feel better, but college football, almost all the news lately has been really bad, Gabe. Like,
I can agree with that.
Really, really bad. But it's Hardwood, so I want to give a positive story, okay? I'm not going to talk about the waivers at Memphis or Ohio State, but Ohio State's in the news. They actually, guess what? They returned to workouts today. So Ohio State's back working out. Lincoln Riley, who I feel like's been very pessimistic, shockingly, do you know what he said today? I can't imagine a scenario where we don't play. I think it'll be sometime in the fall, but heck, it might be in the spring. But I cannot imagine a scenario where we don't play. This is a guy who's been very, let's be real, basically like, what are we doing? You know, he's almost been like, what are we doing? These are young men. We can't just help get them sick. So him coming out and saying things like that, that's got to make y'all feel better, right?
Makes me feel a tad bit better.
Okay, now I want to ask you, does this make you feel a lot better then? Because Ed Orgeron came out today and he said, well, I want y'all to know, man, we need football. Football is the lifeblood of our country. We need to play. The state needs it. The country needs it. Do you feel better?
Not particularly, no.
I don't know, man.
That's very on brand, Fredo.
That was very
I think
on
we
brand.
do need football. I completely agree with it, but I don't know. He's been one of those guys that's been saying that the whole way.
He really has.
Whereas Lincoln Riley was negative as could possibly be. And now he's sort of flipped that around.
Yeah, he's now saying where he can't imagine a scenario where they don't play. So just let me tell you something. This is a guy who's basically been like Buster Only, Dr. Doom. Now he's being positive. Now, he's not as far as Ed O. You know, everybody likes a Hummer. You know, Ed O's a little bit crazy and everything.
Jojo.
Yeah, tell him, JoJo. If y'all have never seen that commercial, please go check it out. But whatever you do, don't touch that dial. I got one more segment, then 3 o'clock sports time. Wolo and Stats. Oh, yes, and that's when we're going to find out if Moussa Cisse becomes a Memphis Tiger. Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7 FM.
Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hertz. Weekdays from 7 to 10. Only on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 FM.
Paid for by Lose Debts. Did you know that the average American household owes over $16,000 in credit card debt? These credit card companies try to lure you in with low starting rates or tons of airline points just to jack up the interest rates after a few months. Before you know it, you're in over your head and struggling to make the minimum payments. It's important to know you're not alone, and Lose Debts has helped thousands of good people just like you avoid the expensive and lengthy bankruptcy process. With our debt reset program, your debt can be reduced by more than half, and all future interest will be eliminated, making you debt-free in as little as 24 months. This is not alone, and unlike other companies, we do not charge upfront fees or out-of-pocket expenses. Best of all, we provide a 100% money-back guarantee. What are you waiting for? Speak to our agents today at 800-518-5019. That's 800-518-5019. Quit losing sleep over your debt payments. Call us for help. 800-518-5019. Again, 800-518-5019.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition, and yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
There's a new commissary in town in Collierville. Germantown Commissary is doubling. Yeah, they're still going to have the old Germantown Commissary by the tracks, but now there's a huge new Germantown Commissary in Collierville at Poplar and Houston Levy Road. It's huge, too. There's a drive-through. There's plenty of parking. No telephone pole to get in your way. A cool patio. It's right by the track, so the tradition continues. And this is a tradition that's been around forever. That commissary is famous for hickory-smoked, slow-cooked Memphis-style barbecue. They've got a private party room at the new one in Collierville. Self-catering still continues. Party packs for $5.95. Basically, the great ribs, the great pulled shoulder, the great deviled eggs. Everything is there in Collierville and Germantown now. So there is now a Germantown and Collierville style of barbecue. It's called Germantown Commissary.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Let's go!
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. Here's your host, John Harden.
Scaled the grand old face of the plateau. Some belong to strangers and some to folks you know. Holy ghosts and talk show hosts are planted in the sand to beautify the foothills, shake the many hands. There's nothing on the top but a bucket and a mop and an illustrated book about birds. You see a lot up there, but don't be scared. Who needs action when you got words?
Man, who needs action when you got words? In about 10 minutes, we're going to find out the words from Mr. Moussa Cisse. Is he going to be a Memphis Tiger, an LSU Tiger, maybe a Kentucky Wildcat? Sorry, just vomited myself. No, for real, I think he's going to be a Memphis Tiger again. Sports time. Wolo and stats from 3 to 6. I'm telling you, I'm just feeling it. Wolo's probably going to be really excited. I think it's going to be a really great show. And I think in 9 minutes, we're going to get some really good news from Moussa Cisse. And by the way, I just want you to think about that. If you get Williams, who also gets eligible, maybe Landers, you got Malcolm, and you got just DJ and Boogie and Damian and Alo with Moussa. Oh, my goodness. Believe it or not, again, this team all of a sudden just is moving on up. Speaking of moving on up, Houston basketball, man. Mike Miller is their head coach. Mike Miller. Like, in all honesty, that's 17-year NBA pro is the coach of Houston High School. That's pretty dope. You know what I mean? Like, could you imagine? Like,
I would want my kid to be a part of that program.
My little girl, she's going to be over there cheerleading for the basketball team and stuff. And, you go watch the girl cheerleading. You won't be able to take your eye off Mike Miller while they're playing basketball and your daughter's chilling because you're just like, wow, it's Mike Miller for real, Like, it's just kind of wild. But, yeah, Mike Miller, he is going. He left Memphis. No, I don't know who's going to replace him yet because Penny has kept that tight to the vest. We will find out. As soon as I find out, I promise you I'll let you know. But him and Tony Matlock, they've been doing their thing. Things are going good. And I really think that we're going to have just a great day. It's going to be an unbelievable hump day because I think Musa will be a Memphis Tiger. Now, I also have to tell you something. Did you hear about Kenny Stills?
I did.
All right. So, happy
felony
birthday.
charges.
Yeah, happy birthday, Damian Williams. Sorry, Elena Deladon. Hope, praying for Musa Cisse. Don't know why Tiger and, Bryson DeChambeau, teed it up at the Memorial today. I think Tiger's trying to get his head. But there's a few things I just don't understand. How did all those people get arrested? And how is this a felony charge? I looked this up, and there's a guy who tweeted this out. And just to make sure, and I'm going to ask you something, Gabe, because you might know even a little bit more than I do. But Ryan Williams tweeted, Kenny Stills stood in the lawn, asked for justice, got arrested. Cop that killed Breonna Taylor kicked in the door, shot 30 rounds, blah, blah, blah. All this stuff has gotten nothing. What I'm trying to get at is, this is basically why Kenny Stills was arrested, correct? Why? I still don't understand. What's the felony charge? What did he do?
There was a felony trespassing is what I saw, and then also I believe there was like a disturbing the peace type deal.
So all 82 people that were
87,
out there,
actually.
87, I'm sorry, all 87 people are going to get felony charges?
From what I understand, yes.
Wow. That is just, I'm sorry, that's just news I had to throw out there. I didn't want to sit there and bring up just bad news all day. And then the last part of bad news that I will bring up, because I promise you I'm going to nothing but good things, like say you need to sell your house, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Any house, any area, as simple as that. Yep. You just want to sell your house? You're sick of renters. Life is getting hard maybe. Maybe the bank is calling and saying, we're going to foreclose. Don't let them foreclose on you. Call 901-406-1101. Bing, bang, boom, just sold your house. You want to move up in the world? Moving on up. 901-406-1101. Guaranteed to close in 5 days. Any house, any area, as is. Southwind to South Memphis, North Memphis to North Mississippi, South Haven. You got Germantown, Collierville, everything in between. Call 901-406-1101. You call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses. A bing, a bang, a boom. I just sold your house. Now, make sure you go to Walmart and Sam's Club. Have your mask on. If you don't, they can take your Sam's Club card, buddy. And guess what? If you start some at Walmart, you can get arrested and they can actually ban you from Walmart. This was actually put out today as news. Now, I have to bring this up because I would be remiss and I wouldn't be doing my job. I don't like bringing up nightmares, but there's a dude named Sergio Mitre who used to play professional baseball. Have you seen this? I hope to God this isn't true, but he has been charged with the most heinous charge I've ever heard in my life. And the fact that I just found out, did you know that he paid 20,000 pesos for he had attempted murder of a female, and it says he was allowed to walk free for 20,000 pesos. This is before he was a pro ball player. Now he's accused of, guess what? Worst thing I've ever heard in my life. I don't even want to mention it. Just basically, he took the life of his girlfriend's child. We'll just leave it at that. He's a sick individual. Sergio Mitre, I don't even understand what's going down. I don't know how something like that could even happen, but you are a disgusting human being. Now, we're going to forget that. We're going to call this Wednesday. Musa is going to be a Tiger. Coming up next, Wolo and Stats for Gabe. I'm John. Get out there. Make the world a better place. See you on the flip side. Peace!
You'll see the dedication.